not on the schedule. It looks like I mean, anything's possible.
Deal with starting point.
Yes.
Alright, well, 6:30, we'll stand and bring the meeting to order and stand and see what's planned.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright, everybody take a couple of minutes and look over the last two sets of minutes, and I will take a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of October 22nd.
Alright,
I'll second.
motion made and seconded for the 22nd minutes. Does anybody need any more time to review them? Okay, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? And we have the ones for the 29th.
I make a motion to accept the 29th.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Does anybody need any more time to review those? Yes.
I have a few that are just typos.
Okay?
Do we do that?
Yep.
Okay. And by the way, I want to thank Laura for getting these minutes out to us in such a timely fashion. I really appreciate it. Page 3, under dog officer, I don't know, second, third paragraph, it says Matt Sawyer explained it's their budget for housing and it's THDRE, it should be THDIR. You see where I'm talking? You see it? McGuire Doyle inquired about the 1,500 for line item Humane Society.
Yep.
Page 4 under ambulance. This is one, 2. 5 paragraphs down where it says Goss raised concerns. Third sentence, you've got accept instead of accept. So it should be ACCEPT. And under Article 17 on page 4, TJ Eldridge explained the 600,000 from last, I think that might have been year.
Year needs to be added.
Page 5, Article 23. The last sentence is eventually there again. It should, this one should be THEY, or they are looking to have a community center. And Article 25, statical, I think is to be statistical. It's a lot of minutes, it's a great job. I have a question, not on the minutes, but in looking at the minutes, I didn't ask in the budget, I'm wondering, and they're not here tonight, but one of them was that Jonathan mentioned that the building and zoning is up $50,000 from last year, and I don't know where that is in the budget.
It's under incomes from other departments.
Okay, so do we get a breakout of that eventually?
No, but we can ask for one if you'd like one.
Well, I think it'd be good to know what the income from departments is, so I'd like to make, well, we need to vote on this first, but I wanted to
Yeah.
ask about it and then.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, as soon as we get done with the minutes, and
Great.
we can bring that up and take care of that.
Joe, I have one.
Huh?
On Article 26, the third paragraph from the bottom, it says TJ explained they want in mind. They have one in mind.
TJ, explain what?
It says TJ explained they on in mind.
Yeah?
I think it's supposed to be they have one in mind.
Okay. Okay, any other errors, omissions, or corrections? Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. All right, Penguin, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we ask for a breakdown of the income from the departments. I think that's line 3401 under the source of revenue. It's going from 380 to 450 next year's income.
Okay, do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Lynn?
All set, thank you.
Crystal? Susan?
No.
All right. Robert? Catherine? Sabrina?
All set.
Jennifer? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right,
One other question.
okay.
3120, the land use change taxes. The current revenues are at $4,000, but the projected is 100. And I don't know what that is either. I don't know. Can anybody explain that?
Not really without having it in front of me.
Right.
Probably what we're gonna need to do on that one is just hold that question until we get a matter or a selectman here to answer.
Okay.
it.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right.
Is that on
Anything?
the revenues report?
It's under the revenue, yes.
I don't know what she's referring to, so when I,
Yeah,
The line item is 3120, land use change taxes.
oh, that's,
Can I speak for that, Joe?
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, so that's when people take their land out of current use
Yep,
Yeah,
and they're charged at 10%?
yep.
So they're projecting that, it's gonna go up that much.
yeah. I thought I had just
Yep.
be doing this. Yeah.
Thank you. No, I
Yeah, of
thought
course.
that might be that, but I
Yeah.
thought that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$4,000 to $100,000. like
And
what's-
so much has been coming out.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, well, we'll start in with the outside agencies then. All right, first one up tonight is OCC. Give us a minute to find your packets here.
we gotta go.
Did you do a road check?
Oh, no, sorry. I jumped ahead of myself. All right, Robert?
Here.
Catherine?
Here.
Michael?
Here.
Bristol?
Here.
Edwina? Lynn?
Here.
Jennifer?
Here.
Susan?
Here.
Jonathan's not here, Matt's not here, Tony or Andrea. Okay? Thank you, dear.
Welcome.
Keep me straight.
Impossible.
Something like that.
Okay, I have no filter.
Okay, on your OCC, you have two packets, one for OCC adult and one's OCC children together. Okay, if everybody is ready, I guess.
How's everybody doing?
Happy to see you.
So I'll do the Meals for Independence first. So that's Meals on Wheels and a congregate meal.
Mr. Chairman, can the presenters please state their name before they
Yes.
speak?
Yes, my name is Misty Ryder. I'm Executive Director of Ossipee Concerned Citizens, which is Meals on Wheels, congregate meal, and a daycare. So for the Meals on Wheels and the congregate program, we're asking for $35,000. I think maybe if I explain what we do, I don't know if everybody knows like what it looks like day to day. So we'll come in Monday through Friday, we'll make a meal in the morning, we serve it out at 10. We have volunteers who come in and deliver the meals, and we have at least 100 volunteers that come and do that. And some of these meals that go to the participants' homes, it's usually the only person they see and sometimes the only meal they receive every day. So, and we have about 650 clients across all of Carroll County. Do you guys have any questions? Do you want me to explain any other parts of the program?
Okay, Lynn?
All set, thank you. Appreciate your volunteers.
Yes, me too. Because they do it for free, which is amazing.
How many volunteers do you have?
Almost 100. So we have 2 locations, one here right across the street in Ossipee, and we have another one in Moulton Borough.
All right, Crystal? Susan?
I think this program is fantastic. This is fabulous. My only question is, the Meals on Wheels, is that 7 days a week or 5 like the $100 meals?
So it's 5 days a week, but we send 2 frozen meals to whoever wants them, so they can have 7
They
days
can
a
do
week.
7 days?
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, Michael? Bob?
No, all set, thank you.
Yeah, Catherine? Edwina?
I just have a question. I saw something here about the food pantry.
Yes.
I didn't know you had a food pantry.
Yes, so we get Fresh Rescue, which is through the food bank, and so we pick up from Hannaford's on Mondays and Thursdays, so people can come 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and grab food, whatever we have extra. We use what we can for the Meals on Wheels program because that helps with our food costs,
Okay. So
and then
it's
we
not-
give out the rest.
So it's the leftover sort of.
Yep.
So, okay.
And we also have a diaper depot program, which people donate diapers, so anybody can come in and get diapers. We don't ask any questions. And we have formula. And we also have a state run diaper program too. It's like, we give out diapers for the month, and that's a pilot program. And what else? I think that's it for the extras.
And do you get any SNAP funds?
Any what? SNAP? No, we don't.
Okay, so
The only thing we're affected with is the Medicaid, because we have some clients on Medicaid, but it's only like 3 out of, the couple hundred that we have, so it won't affect us.
Okay, Jennifer?
I have no questions, thank you.
Yes, Lynn?
I did notice that your budget is down for next year by 91,000.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk. What
Yeah.
happened?
We've had a lot of people either pass away or move away or not need the program anymore. And that's been a lot this last year. But we're predicting it's gonna go up again with the SNAP and everything that's been happening.
Thank you.
Yep.
I want to say that, you know, that you people have done a very good job with the program over the years. You've always come in with very, for, you know, increases and so forth, with a very minimal increase in your budget. I got to commend you and your people for doing a very good job.
Thank you.
Joe, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How many paid employees do you have?
They're altogether 20, 7 are in the daycare.
Okay. OCC Children's Care. Daycare.
So for the daycare, we're asking for $7,000. And we are finally at capacity for staff. It was really hard to fill that position. There's a lot to it. We are licensed for 42 children and we have around 32. It's been down a little bit. And this money just helps offset parents who can't pay or wherever else. Trying to think, food costs and all of that. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about the daycare?
Okay, Lynn?
Yeah. The Ossipee Children's Fund contributes.
Yep. To parents who qualify.
All right, so that's 17,000. It goes to augment the funds for the parents.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Crystal? Susan? Michael? Robert? Catherine? Edwina? Jenna?
All set, thank you.
Again, very well run program, and you people are doing a good job.
Thank you.
You're trying to hold the line, and that's hard in these times.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, next one up is the Freedom Food Pantry.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, if you give it 1 second here.
Okay.
It takes us a minute to find the, sort through the stack.
Can I hand these out then?
We're not going by that, we're going by the sign up, please.
Oh, okay.
First come, first served.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, everybody get their packet and handout? Okay, go ahead.
Vicki McVitie, Freedom Food Pantry Director. I am replacing Doris. So this is all semi-new for me this year. I've kind of followed her the last 8 years. But we are here to ask if we can have or try to get 8,000 again this year. You know what the world is right now. The cost of everything is going up. Our numbers are going up. Every weekend we're doing 2 to 3 brand new ones walking through the door, and they're full families, large families. Last weekend we had a family of 9, 8s, 6s, and then we go down to the 2s and the 1s and all of that. We are trying to keep the costs down, but make sure that we have the supplies in-house. We have been getting less and less, just like OCC has just said, less and less from our supplies from Hannaford's and Walmart is where we do our pickups up in Conway. The meat right now is very limited, so we are purchasing at this time meats to make sure that they do have meals right along with their other products that they need. So we do get our orders through New Hampshire Food Bank also, and also we get it through, I can't even think of it now, USDA, excuse me. So we're trying to just keep my head above water at this point. Any questions?
Okay, Lynn?
You still holding with about 30 volunteers?
Right now, I've got some that have left to go to Florida, so I'm down to about 28, but I've got new ones starting to show up, so yes,
Well, please thank them.
I will, thank you.
Okay.
I can't do it without them, believe me, it's a lot.
And it looks like you're running around 40%
Yes,
Ossipee residents out of the food bank. Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, Crystal?
Nope.
Susan?
Thank you.
Michael?
Vicki, it says you provide food for qualified residents. What makes someone qualified for that?
We have a chart that the USDA gives us every year, and the chart will show like a family of one, it will show what the income is. A lot of them at this moment are very much qualified because of the SNAP being shut off. If it's a family that is, say, a family of 5 and they make X amount of dollars, which I don't have the figures in front of me, which I apologize for that. What happens is that they have different qualifications. Do they get Medicare? Do they get the SNAP program? Do they get fuel assistance? Do they get any of those kind of assistance? If they do, they qualify. But if their income is over what our limits are, then they don't qualify.
And that's a verification process, application
Right,
process.
yes, yes. They have to bring in proof of a driver's license, a residence address. They also have to bring in pay stubs. If they're renting, we have to have a rental agreement that shows that they are current, and also that they, have a place that they're living instead of living somewhere else.
Sure. Thank you.
And if it's 2 families put together, which we do have one of those situations, we do each one individual and not a family if situations.
Okay, Robert?
So if you don't have a residence, you can't get food?
If you don't have a residence and I'm going to use Ossipee, and if they're living on the streets or in their cars, then we use the town office as their resident address. So we do not turn anyone away.
All right.
No one.
That's all I want to know. Thank you.
They all get food.
Okay, Catherine? No? Okay, Winner?
Thank you.
Gentlemen?
I'm all set, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say again, you people have also done very well over the years, and I've looked back through and seen the increase in numbers, and you're increasing anywhere from 15 to 25% each year.
Yes.
I tried to make some calculations by the month, and there is no calculation.
There is none.
It changes drastically every year.
The hard part is when we have a month that has 5 weeks in it, that's when the big difference are.
I do. The only month that I see that it happens to be a quiet month is January for some reason.
Well, maybe they all went on vacation.
They're all cold. They're going south. But no, you people have done very well over the years, and that's why here a couple of years ago we gave you the extra funds.
Yes, and we very much appreciated it, and still do. So, thank you.
One suggestion on your meat
Yes,
is if you get a hold of some of your sportsmen's clubs,
yes.
you can. A lot of the hunters will donate the meat from the game.
I have to be cautious on that because when it has to go to a butcher, it has to be labeled, it has to have a date, it has to have what it is,
Yep.
And sadly, some of this newer generation does not know how to cook it. So.
But I know, like in other states, especially Texas,
Yes.
that and Tennessee, that a lot of the hunters they hunt and they donate their game to a local butcher that donates it to the food pantry.
Yes.
So. But they might be able to help. They might be able to help you out on that too. Some of your local butchers.
We'll definitely touch the phone numbers and see who I can find.
I say,
and-
just a suggestion.
No, I love it. I'll take anything I can get.
Okay.
Are we all set?
Anything else? Anybody? No? Oh, is there anything about this? I keep forgetting. No? Okay. Next up is
Thank you all. Have a
Okay,
great
thank you.
evening.
ending 68 hours of hunger.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, everybody get the paperwork? Yeah.
I know what you do.
I know.
Okay, ladies, you're up.
So I'm Eileen Levitt with M68 Hours of Hunger, and I'm one of the coordinators, and Al Simpson is another coordinator. And we're in our 12th year of supplying food for the weekends for children from 2 to 6th grades, 2 years old to 6th grade, in Governor Wentworth School District who have insufficient food on the weekends. And we pack bags, we have a food pantry in the Episcopal Church in Wolfboro. We have over 45 volunteers who pack during the week. And this past year, because during COVID and the pandemic, the school district stepped up to help with the deliveries, and they were driving by and they would bring the food to the schools. When the budget did not pass, the school budget, and it went to default, we had 2 weeks to find a way to deliver food. And at the time, we had, Wally the trolley stepped up and for a couple weeks and filled in quickly for us. And then the volunteers the packers stepped up and figured out a way to deliver.
So we have about 45 volunteers, which includes people who pack, people who go to the grocery store and pick up the food that's been ordered, volunteer students from Brewster Academy that unload the cars and shelf the food for us and do whatever else we want them to do while they're there. And we have people who deliver food bags to each of the locations. So our total volunteer number is 45 right now.
And if you look at our numbers, last year we had about 126 total. And that's down from the numbers that we had during the pandemic.
Students.
Right, 126. And part of that, and I think Misty alluded to it, is the demographics, that there's no place for families to live, and so the schools, I think, have fewer children than they have had. But one of the big changes and the big boost for us happened here 2 years ago at town meeting, when it was proposed that if we, and we weren't feeding on this in the summer, that the town of Ossipee would support us. And so it has been a big success. Last year was our first year. We fed 500 bags of food went out in the summer, and this year 700 bags went out. And we have sites from libraries to businesses to every place you can imagine around the school district. And so many people have been so generous to let us have our crates and bags there, so we are reaching more children in the summer than we have in the past. It does also say $16 a bag, and we know that because we've had that number on our chart here for a couple of years, that needs to be re-looked at. Things are changing rapidly. Do you have any questions?
Okay, Lynn?
I've seen it in action, and I've seen the kids tell the other kids, so I know it's well received and used. Thank you. Thank you, volunteers.
Crystal? Susan?
So they get passed out at the school before they go home, is that where?
Right.
So then in the summertime, you're saying they have, like, they can come to the library to pick up their bags or whatever?
And no questions asked.
That's
Here,
fantastic.
in the summer here in Ossipee, we're delivering during the summer school program to the school.
Okay.
For the kids who are in the summer school program.
All right.
In addition, we're also delivering to OCC for the daycare. We also have a pickup site in, at the library. And,
In West Ossipee, we
yeah,
have,
I want to say Lydia, but it's not Lydia.
no, Marie.
The flower place.
Oh, Lexi's.
Lexi's
down
Flowers.
South on 16. But we have up in Ossipee Mountain Park, we have one mom who has stepped up for the last couple of years, and we consistently have 22 kids every week from there, and she does the work through OCC for us to deliver there.
Right, it wasn't, I forgot about adding those kids in.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, out of the 126, 71 is awesome.
Right.
So that's just says it all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Michael?
The cost per bag, is that dictated on a national level, or is that up for the individual chapter based on contents?
That's
How does that work?
That's our bag that we provide.
Is that governed under a national program as what it should contain? or
N68, Hours of Hunger, is a national program.
Correct.
There are 47 chapters. Each chapter really runs it their own way.
Okay.
So that is the cost of what we put in the bag. Some chapters treat it like they're providing for a whole family, and they actually deliver to houses because they only have maybe 15 or 18 kids. The numbers really vary from chapters that have that few to another chapter that has over 500 kids. And you know, we've got a pretty healthy number of kids. So the way we chose to run is kid-friendly food that would provide them 3 dinners, 2 lunches, 2 breakfasts, and we give them 7 snacks, which is everything from raisins and crackers and granola bars and pudding and applesauce and etc. But it's geared toward the child. It's not geared as a food pantry bag for the family. But if a family has 4 children, they get 4 bags. And so parents, there's probably enough to share with parents if you've got a couple of kids.
Thank you.
Robert?
You guys have a great program. I've only got one simple question. You guys thinking about expanding maybe to the middle school too? Going a little bit older?
The middle school and the high school is under Knights Against Hunger. We could definitely do it, but they already have a program in place. So we don't want to step on their toes.
Although we did pick them up for the summer.
Yes.
We said all kids in the district that needed food because the Knights Against Hunger does not run the summer program. And we did have older kids that were picking up bags during the summer.
Yeah, that's great. I just, I work down in Barrington at Turbo Camp and they do the whole thing down there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If they didn't have Knights Against Hunger, we would go through 12.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine? Ted Winner?
Now, I just want to clarify, so the average number of students is 126 and Ossipee is 71 of that?
Yeah, we've run typically about 60% here of the population, our total population.
Yeah, out of the 6 towns.
Yep.
Thank you for everything.
Jenna?
I think what you're doing is amazing. I just can't fathom that for $16 you can do 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 3 dinners, and snacks. I feel like you should.
It's more than 16.
I feel like we need more money. Like I can't even do that for myself.
No. Well,
I just feel like
it is it's not a full course meal.
I get that.
But it's a healthy and enough calories to carry them for a meal.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish you could do more.
We do
wish
too.
we could.
And maybe we'll have to. We're actually considering whatever's coming. Is there things we can look at differently?
Yeah. We're considering other possibilities that we can do, whether it is different locations where people can pick it up that are not getting it at school. Whether it is maybe sending a second bag home midweek or something that has different foods in it. Yeah, we're looking at all kinds of things right now, and ways that we can help out maybe by, for instance, one thought is being able to help out with some food for the Ossipee after school program, Schools Out.
Yeah.
And some of the other programs around town, the Kingswood Youth Center and daycares and stuff, whether there's another way that we can contribute food that is going to be to the benefit of kids.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is wonderful, so I have no other questions.
Okay, the only question I have is, excuse me, say a child from the school and stuff that, you know, that's in school, and they'll get a bag, but if you happen to have, they have a younger brother or sister that isn't in school yet, do you also send them home a bag if the student?
We don't have a way to identify that, but that's one of the things that if we can put bags out in other places in the community that it can be picked up. And maybe that's something we can look at is are there siblings at home that are not in daycare or where they could get it at the daycare? Can families request a second bag for another child? And I think that's possible. The big thing is how do the kids get it home?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did do a questionnaire at the end of the school year to see if people wanted us to deliver, if there were younger kids. So we're trying every way we can think of to make sure that we're meeting needs. And actually, at the library, they've asked us to continue leaving bags. And that's the first time during the school year. So there has to be a family or some children that are not getting food from school that are going to the library and doing a pickup. But it's anonymous.
What was going through my mind is, you know, a student goes home with a bag of food and they've got a 2, 3, 4-year-old brother or sister, and
that's true.
They've got nothing to eat.
Well, we have, through the school district, Deb Bunting, who's the liaison for us, the social worker at the school, who coordinates throughout the schools and checks, it's the way we identify need is the classroom teacher might notice something, the nurses know, the guidance counselors know, families. So they've got their thumb on the issues with families, I think, pretty much. But it is an area it would be nice if we could find a way to.
I know it's something that's going to be very difficult to do.
Yeah,
extremely difficult to do. But as long as you're aware of it and you can only do the best you can.
Well, we have in the summer, one of the things we're considering here is putting the bags in all the locations that we have in the summertime. And, OCC, in both ends of that building, we can put bags of food. And so that they're accessible as the diaper depot is right there.
That's very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joe?
Yes.
Linda's question.
I just wanted to make a comment that there was a young person that came into the library, got a bag, went home, got his little sister, which was younger, and brought her into the library to get her own bag.
Wonderful.
So the children are also assisting you.
Was that this summer?
Yes, it was this summer.
Yeah, I know that happened
Yeah.
last year too.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Life Ministry.
Ready?
Everybody ready? Guess so.
Good evening, I'm Bill Connors, President of Life Ministries Food Pantry. Normally I have prepared remarks, but I'm going to wing it for the beginning of this just because I think I think today tells a good story of what we're all about. I literally came directly here from the food pantry, where as of 6:30, my folks were still filling orders. At 8:30 this morning when I arrived, cars were lined up out of the parking lot and down the street next to Huggins Hospital. It remained that way pretty much all day. Our hours are normally 9 to 1 and 4 to 6. We worked through the lunch period. We brought evening people in early. We helped people over. We got pizzas to keep folks going. So our total number of clients, we go by a weekly figure. Our number for this week is 280, which is the highest number since I have been involved in tracking these numbers starting in 2022. Our prior high was Thanksgiving in 2024. And I always say in-house, Thanksgiving is our Super Bowl. It's the food pantry Super Bowl. It's the biggest day of the year. It's insane. The highest we've had was last year, and that was 260. So today's just a regular day. We had 28 new clients, and we gave out 20,414 meals just today. And some of these numbers might tick up a little bit. Our total for the year now is about 264,899. So this has been a steady increase since 2022. It has just been steady and dramatic. We averaged about 110, 120 families a week per distribution when we started this in 2022. Middle of the year, everything started to spike. And this year, we've had 3 distributions, I believe it was, that were under 200. And the last one of those was in February. The last 2 distributions were 226 and 236. So I think the numbers kind of speak for themselves on what we've been doing. Just wanted to also note that a little bit of pride. We were just recently certified as we were awarded a gold level certification under the Nutrition Pantry Program, which is a national program run by Leah's Pantry in California, and it's coordinated at our level by the New Hampshire Food Bank. And that kind of assesses 6 focus areas that range from everything from good administrative procedures to are we connecting with our clients, which is really, it's been my primary mission. As I told somebody tonight, we want to make sure that we not only give you food, we want you to feel better when you leave than when you got there. And there are many stories I could tell about that, but I will stick with just one. A couple of months ago, a client walked up to one of our volunteers and she handed her a little wrapped candy. And she looked at it, she didn't know, she thought it was a breath mint, she didn't know what it was, and she said, "Are you telling me something about my breath?" and the woman said, no, it's a lifesaver, because you are a lifesaver. And many of our people feel that way. So, you have in your packet the numbers, so I won't go through that. They've gone up dramatically. That's about 75% in family visits and 98% in meals distributed since 2022. So our budget and our expenses have gone up, keeping pace with, probably going beyond pace with that. So we have asked for, we've traditionally asked for $6,000. 2 years ago, I believe it was a town meeting motion that upped that to $8,000. I was not aware of that, so last year I asked for $6,000. I put in a request for $8,000, but obviously we are very grateful for anything that we get to let us continue to do our work. So I thank you on behalf of myself, the board of directors, and especially the very grateful clients that we serve.
Lynn?
One of the things that you included in the packet is this assistance program application. and it explains a great deal. And I appreciate you including it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Crystal? Susan?
No questions.
Michael? Robert?
Oh, you guys do good work.
Thank you. Catherine? Elena?
I'm all set, thank you.
Jennifer?
So, I love what you do, and I wish you do it, it's amazing, and people who come and need help, because they're at a point where they need help. How do you, it says on the application about, you have to agree that you're not going to more than one food pantry a week, per week. I mean, I can only imagine if someone is feeling the need to feed their family, they're gonna do what they can, but how do you verify? Is it possible with other agencies, or you kind of just are trusting that people, trust me, people deserve to eat, and as a mom, you'd want to feed and, feed, and I wouldn't feel, I don't know, I wouldn't judge someone if they did, but how do you protect that, you're doing everything you can to provide, make it fair?
It really is unenforceable.
Yeah.
Because of privacy concerns, pantries generally won't share information. Sometimes we get a little hint, sometimes we'll see stuff. If somebody's loaded up with food in their cars that looks like food pantry food, we may suspect. But it's something we put out there, and we encourage people to try to go to only one pantry a week is basically what we ask them to do.
I mean, it's really just it's not really like, what would you do about it? It's just more of I actually hadn't even thought about it until I read it. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, because you're going to do anything you can to feed your family.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it really is, I have to say, it's a hollow threat.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. No, but I appreciate what you're doing, so I don't have any other questions.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to say again that you people are doing a fantastic job, and big help to the community.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Ossipee Historical Society. Everybody get their packet? The pile's getting down, so we don't have to hunt for the pile.
My name is Kelly Stee, and I'm here for the Ossipee Historical Society. This is the first year since we gave up the courthouse that we've been able to open the museum during the summer. We're open Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 10 to 12. We actually had about 70 people come through. We actually had people asking about their homes, helped research them on cemeteries. Angela was a great help on some cemeteries because she's a cemetery trustee. So that worked out good too. This year we did clothing, and people love to see the old clothing that was presented. Next year we're setting up half the museum with kitchen items, old kitchen items, and then the other half will be tools that they used in the olden days. If anybody has any tools or kitchen items they want to donate for the summer, we'd love to have them. We had, in the summertime, we had the Ossipee Brett come down. They did a tour. There was about a dozen of them came down, and we have a scavenger hunt we have them do. We are asking for $4,000 again. We did a new sign. I don't know if anyone's noticed the new sign. We did some repairs on the roof, and we have more repairs to do. We do need a new back door and new sill, so those are things that we'll be doing in 2026. Anyone?
Lynn?
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Crystal? Susan?
I have a question, and it was brought up at a selectmen's meeting about the snowmobile museum. There was something about they were losing their place.
Right.
Is there any room there for any part of that where Ossipee is the original, inventors or builders of snowmobiles?
We could probably, pictures or things like that, but a snowmobile itself, no.
No?
There's not room.
I didn't know.
No, we thought, we saw that and we thought about it, but it's not big enough to.
No.
No. It take, well, as big as it is it would take up like the whole center of the building.
Hey, Michael?
Kelly, what are the membership fees? What does that relate to?
It's $20 for, per person, $40 for a family.
To the Historical Society?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that existed.
Well, you can all join.
So how many volunteers do you have?
Right now, we have 6.
6,
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have.
Robert?
I'm all set. Thank you, Kelly.
Catherine? Edwina?
I'm all set, thank you.
Jennifer?
I'm all set, thank you.
Maybe you could go and talk them into putting an addition on for you.
Yeah, go. Well, we do have the ability to go out back, but then we lose parking too, so you have to be careful.
Use the next door neighbors.
We-
Why can't it be outside?
Okay, no, you're doing a very nice job. The only other thing is, I happen to have some World War II issue ration toilet paper and paper towels. Would you like them for your museum?
If you would like to donate it and put it in with all of our Civil War stuff,
Yeah, I can guarantee you, I'm not going to use either one of them.
you never know. But yes, if you wanted to do that, I say yes, but it does have to be presented to the board.
Put it this way, when you see it, you're going to get a hell of a laugh out of
Okay.
it. And you wouldn't use it either. Okay. Last but not least is Starting Point.
Rate Stoddard from Starting Point. We are so grateful for the support that we've had from you in the past, and all our food friends have left, but we're very grateful for their work. We often, particularly lately, we've been providing food from our pantry at Starting Point, more than usual it seems, and our volunteers and staff help people get to those pantries, so that does seem to be a big problem, just being able to get to where the food is. So really grateful for our partners doing that. So Starting Point provides free and confidential services for victims in Carroll County who have experienced domestic or sexual violence, stalking, and human trafficking. We work with victims and survivors and their children. We work with our partners. We work with secondary and third victims. So partners call us and family members can call us for support for their loved ones. We provide 24/7, 365-day-a-year crisis intervention. When the hospitals or the courts call or the police call, we dispatch an advocate, often at 3 a.m., but anytime needed. We basically will do whatever it takes to make sure that a victim can get to safety, and then continue to work with them, sometimes for years, in order to help them break the cycle and heal. We also provide prevention in all of our schools here in Carroll County, and those numbers are way up, so our service numbers are also way up. I think that in the number of services that we're providing, we provided more than 2,400 here in Ossipee. I think it's close to 20,000 in Carroll County. I will say that maybe some of the good news is that people are disclosing a little bit earlier. I've been with Starting Point for almost 40 years, and I'm hearing people call sooner. We have programs with our police departments like the LAP Lethal Assessment Program, so we're getting to victims sooner. When the hospital, somebody prevents at the hospital, they call us, we dispatch, so we're getting to people there sooner. So, and our prevention, I have to say, we're seeing some real signs that prevention is working for breaking the cycle. So that's the good, maybe news in the higher number. I will tell you that we're seeing a lot more lethality. I'm seeing more lethality than I've seen since COVID. I've seen more lethality than I've seen in the past, and we've got a number of very heavy stories here in the North Country. So there's still a lot of work to do, and it's difficult work, but it's also pretty good work to help people move through their victimization. So we're asking a little bit less this year, $10,485. That's based on a base fee that we ask for all the towns to help support our crisis line and some of the basic direct service needs. We served 76 people here in Ossipee and provided more than 2,400 services.
Okay, Lynn?
I reviewed your finances and I think you do an outstanding fundraiser.
Thank you, that's my
Oh.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
$1.25 million, fantastic.
Thank you. We also do a lot of grant writing. We did have some defunding this past year from our federal grants, and we expect that to continue over the next couple of years. So we have a huge concern for that. Again, I've been with Starting Point for, I say 40 years. My mother was a volunteer, so I was a reluctant volunteer for a good number of years. But I've noticed that whenever we're defunded, that our community steps up. So I hope.
Thank you for the services that are provided.
Thank you.
Hey, Crystal?
Nope.
Susan?
No questions.
Michael?
Just curious, the 13-bed facility, is that in county?
Did you say in county?
Yes.
Yes, it serves Carroll County, so anybody who has experienced homelessness due to domestic violence, and when our shelter is full and somebody calls from within Carroll County, then we provide housing in a hotel or somewhere else if they're in imminent danger.
So it's privately owned?
Pardon?
It's privately owned by the organization?
Yes, it's owned by the organization, and of course, we have a huge influx in the summer and the winter for tourism, and we provide housing for them. If it's full, then it's for imminent danger for Carroll County residents, so we don't turn anybody away who's in imminent danger.
Sure.
We also have transitional housing programs, which is very difficult here in Carroll County.
Sure.
We have the money for it, but we don't always have the units for it.
I mean, it's only 13 beds for an entire county. I imagine you're probably full all the time, so.
Right, well, it's five adults and as many as 8 children, and it's full all the time.
Michael? Robert?
Oh, I'm all good, thank you.
Catherine? Edwina?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can answer this right then. I don't know. On page 4 of the budget, under source of revenue, it's zeroed out with event fundraisers, and I know that you have fabulous fundraisers, so.
I'm not sure I can answer that.
Okay.
I know that we recently had, we shifted from having Boots and Bling, which was a major, auction and dance and a really great fundraiser, but it was just me, and it's a lot of work. And so now we have a program called Make It Your Business, which I think is a more interactive program. We're looking for sponsorships from our local businesses throughout Carroll County. Boots and Bling was pretty heavy in the northern part of the county. And in exchange for a number of perks, which also include us being able to come in and do curriculum with their staff to help identify if they have employees or patrons who are there, but also 85% of our domestic terrorism last year, they were connected to DV charges. So that's a really high risk if you have an abuser coming on property in a business. So we'll work with that business to help them create a safety plan in case something like that were to happen. So Make It Your Business is just much more interactive and aligned with what we do. We love Boots and Bling. It was a good time, but...
Okay, I get it. All right, thank you so much.
And
thanks
I'm
for
not
all
sure I
you do.
answered that completely, but
You did.
I can get you the answers. Okay.
Jennifer?
No, I'm all set, thank you.
The only comment I got is, can you help some of the other groups here out with your fundraising? Tell them how you do your fundraising?
We actually do. We work really closely with our partners. One of the things that I've noticed over the 40 years that I've been doing nonprofit work, particularly in the Valley, is that we are much less siloed than we used to be, and that we are coordinating and working really hard. We've learned the hard way that less is more. I think when you're just starting out, that you do have to do all of the awareness, bake sales and things like that. And we still hold a holiday bazaar. We consider that more awareness and engagement, but yes, we do. We tell all of our partners, we help them understand how to screen people into our services. So if there's homelessness or there's SUDs or there's mental health, then we work with them because it's best to have their clients also aligned with us, because we do have federal funding and we've been around for a long time, so we work hand in hand.
You do an excellent job on your fundraising.
Thank you. Can I get that in writing? I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
That's it.
I did not realize there was a sign-up sheet, but I'm here from White Mountain Community Health Center.
Okay.
Am I able to talk?
Let's see, we got a packet for you here.
You should have a packet.
Yeah, here's the color thingy.
There we go.
Oh, okay, yep.
We got it.
I just gotta find it.
To your right.
Am I right? Oh, yeah, right on the, I'm looking for a right in back.
Thank you again.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. We were a little short-staffed. Usually our finance director handles this, but our billing manager left and she was handling all of that and asked me to take it over. But so it's my first year figuring out the system, so apologies for not realizing there was a sign-in. I'm Sienna Kaplan-Thompson from White Mountain Community Health Center. I'm our Director of Communications and Development. And White Mountain Community Health Center is located up in Conway, right outside of Conway Village. And we are a federally qualified health center, look-alike. That means we provide primary care, dental care, and behavioral health, along with some additional services to anyone in the area who needs us. That includes people with insurance, but it also includes people who are uninsured. And we make sure that everyone is able to access our services regardless of their ability to pay. So we don't turn anyone away because of their financial circumstances. We do that through a really generous sliding fee scale, where people apply for that with an application with their pay stubs and verification. And if they make under the federal poverty level, they pay $10 a visit. And if $10 is too much for them, they can also apply for a special hardship exemption for that. So we really work hard to make sure that there aren't any barriers to care. Everyone can access primary care in this area, as well as the other services that we provide. That's the basic summary, and we do have revenue from our people who have insurance, and that's a big piece of the picture. But because we have so many patients who are on the sliding fee scale or who need additional services that insurance doesn't reimburse, we also have a large funding gap that we fill with grants, and we have some support from Memorial Hospital. We do some fundraising with individuals and also the towns. The other thing I wanted to mention is an important piece of what we do that distinguishes us from other doctors' offices is we have care coordinators who help patients with anything that's getting in the way of their health that falls outside of normal primary care or dental care. So if someone comes in and they aren't getting enough to eat, their provider will refer them to our care coordinator. They'll sit with them and talk to them about their local resources. So if they live in Ossipee, they'll tell them about all these wonderful programs that we just heard about tonight. Same in Conway. Or if someone, often is the problem, doesn't have housing or doesn't have adequate housing, has a mold problem in their house that their landlord isn't dealing with, or just doesn't have a place to live, our care coordinators will work with them to try to find them housing, because it's hard to stay healthy when you don't have a place to live. And there's all sorts of different things that they'll help them with. Disability, if I talked to a patient who was going blind, and our care coordinators were helping her adapt to that, and at that point, while she was still figuring out how to navigate the world, they were opening all her mail for her, and and helping her apply for disability and making sure she could fill out all those forms, because when you're blind, it's hard to fill out the forms to apply for disability, and getting her other sorts of support. So there's all sorts of things that they help with that's not reimbursed, but it's a really important piece of making sure everyone can stay healthy. And one of the reasons that this is so important is that, if someone gets really sick, they can always go to the ER. The hospitals have to care for them. But the goal is to keep people healthy before they have to go to the hospitals. It's much better if someone's at risk of becoming diabetic, that they can go to the doctor and talk to a provider about that early on. And, we have a dietitian on staff that they can talk to, and their provider might be talking about other lifestyle changes or have medications that can help them and get them access to those medications before it becomes an emergency. So that's a big piece of why we exist.
Okay, Lynn?
Okay, your request this year has increased. Is it just because the uncovered cost was higher this
Yeah,
past year?
we had unexpected funding reductions from both the federal and the state government. So we are not getting any federal support anymore. We had some programs that came from COVID. We haven't historically gotten federal funding necessarily except through special grants, but we did get some funding through COVID that had continued and was supposed to continue another year, and that was cut off early, so we didn't have time to transition. And that was actually to support the care coordinator, and our state funding is lower, and we know that this coming year we've already seen Medicaid patients losing their coverage, and we anticipate it's gonna get worse. So we've increased all of our town funding just a little bit to account for that.
Okay, Crystal? Susan?
No questions.
Michael?
No questions.
Robert?
I'm all set, thank you.
Catherine? Edwina? Jenna?
No questions, thank you.
Question I have is, okay, you take Medicare,
We take
correct?
Medicare, we take Medicaid, yeah.
How is, I know in Carroll County, the class, the supplement program, the only one that's gonna be in Carroll County is, WellSense. That's the only one that's gonna be available to anybody on Medicare.
Yeah, I just learned about this because we keep getting questions. So I went to the presentation they had up in Conway earlier this week. I personally didn't understand as much about Medicare. Now I suddenly do. There's actually no Medicare Advantage plans except for this WellSense. The WellSense is only if you also qualify for Medicaid.
Yeah.
But you can get on the supplement. It's called original Medicare, traditional Medicare. You can always, that was what the insurance broker said.
Only ones available in Carroll County
Yeah.
is WellSense.
The only
Other
advantage,
counties have other ones, but for some reason Carroll County has been isolated to one area.
yeah, that's out of so there's two different types of Medicare plans. There's traditional Medicare,
Yeah.
but it costs a lot of money. And then there's the Medicare Advantage plans. So traditional Medicare is always there for people,
Right.
but it's really expensive.
Yeah, it's the Advantage plan.
But the Advantage plans are all gone. I know, and it's not, I'm not sure it's just Carroll County, but it's Carroll County in particular.
No, Carroll
is pretty
County,
short.
the other
Yeah.
counties have access to other carriers,
Yeah,
but for some reason Carroll County got nailed to just one.
yeah.
All the rest of the counties have Anthem Blue Cross, not Carroll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, for some reason we've been isolated out, and I didn't know if you happen to know why.
I did listen to this whole presentation, but it wasn't specific. He didn't talk about why it was just Carroll County. I think he talked generally about which markets the health insurance companies decided were going to be profitable or not, and Carroll County wasn't, for whatever reason.
Unfortunately, that's going to
Yeah.
affect a lot of, especially senior citizens.
It really is.
You know, being able to purchase food, and if they have to purchase their medicines now and so forth, it's going to affect a lot of different budgets.
It really is.
And
Yeah.
including yours because of reimbursement to the doctors.
Yep, yeah, I expect that we're going to see applications to our sliding fee scale go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So you might want to get on your legislator.
Yep.
Get them to change that, get that changed.
Yeah, it's a complicated problem, but it is definitely on our minds to talk to people about that
Things to do list.
problem. Yeah, yeah, everyone should feel free to talk to their legislators about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be on everybody because it's going to be a serious problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, thank you very kindly.
All right, thank you.
Nobody
so
has
much.
any more questions? Have I missed anybody else here tonight? Okay, tomorrow night is the rest of the outside agencies. We have our precinct budget for the week after. The week after next will be our last interview, pretty much, unless we call people back in. We'll be starting to finalize the budget after that. Thanksgiving is the week after the next meeting. So, the next meeting should probably want to have on the 3rd of December. It would be the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. If the town can get us a bottom line figure on the budget by then, so we can start looking at it and see what we've got to do to keep the budget in line. I would like to see it stay within the 3% or less that we have in the past. And as you know, for the simple reason is it will help, a town's growth in the state of New Hampshire averages 3 to 5%. So if we can stay in the 3% or less range on the bottom line increase, then the town's portion of the tax rate isn't going to change, or it should go down just slightly. Maybe only a few pennies, but every penny counts at times. So we've done this in the past quite a few years, and we've tried to limit it in that 3% range. So that's what we need to get is the bottom line and see what the percentage looks like, and then go from there.
So the next meeting would be December 3rd?
Huh?
When would the next meeting be? December
3rd. And then
The next meeting is the 19th.
well, the next meeting is the 19th. Next
and
week.
then after that?
Then we'll take a vacation for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And then the meeting after that, for a scheduled meeting, would be on the 3rd.
Okay.
And could you drop a note to Matt to ask him that if he could get the paperwork together so we can come up with a bottom line on these budgets? That would be great. Huh?
December 3rd.
Yes, at 6:30. It'll be, we try to keep our meetings at 6:30, give everybody a chance to get home, maybe get some supper and get here. Any other questions? Okay. A motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we get out of here.
Second.
Oh, we got one more. Thank you for that one. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? I didn't think I was getting an argument on that one.